The figure shows a circle of radius 4 along with 5 labeled points. You got A, B, C, D, and O. The measure of angle DOC is 2 pi over 3. So let's quick label that. 2 pi over 3. So I'll put the 2 pi over 3 right there. A familiar number if you remember your unit circle. The measure of angle AOB, which is U, is half of AOC. One of my favorite people. What are the coordinate points of point B? Okay, so first things first, before I label more of my unit circle, kind of unit circle thing, let me make clear that I'm dealing with points here. Okay, now normally when I think, when I see all these sines and cosines and stuff like that, and I see unit circle stuff, I think, all right, well, sine of theta, or whatever you want to call it, is y over r. R is not 1 in this case. And also, I want to turn this into a point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by r, and I get r sine theta equals y. And you might be thinking, well, how will that help us? I'll show you in a minute, because over here I can similarly write out that cos theta equals x over r. Multiplying both sides by r there gives me r cos theta equals x. So now I can organize this in a point form as r cos theta, r sine theta. All right, I care about b, which is going to be 1/2 of AOC. So if I know what 2 pi over 3 is. 2 pi over 3 is 1/3 of my way after this y-axis. That's 1/3. So this remaining part is going to be 2/3 of the entire quadrant. And so half of 2/3 is 1/3. So B represents the 5 pi over 6 value. 5 pi over 6 value is what B represents. And that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the coordinates of B. So I know that R is my radius. So when I write this out, R is my radius, and my radius is 4. So let me write that out. My radius is 4. Okay, if this is 5 pi over 6, according to the unit circle, that gives me the point. And remember, the way you handle this is you always think the cube or the square root over 2. And when you start from the y-axis, the x value starts at 3. So the b value is going to be negative root 3 over 2. And it's negative because it's quadrant 2, and that's a negative x value. The y value is going to be positive because in quadrant 2, the y value is positive. And this works your way up from 1/2. All right, so r cos theta is going to be 4 cos 5 pi over 6. So I guess I really didn't need the point there, unless I needed to simplify further, but I guess they don't want me to do that at all. The y value is r, which is 4 sine theta, which is 5 pi over 6. Now, if you're worried about negatives and stuff like that, don't worry about negatives and stuff like that, because the negatives will follow through when you plug things in. Okay, so if you're thinking that the answer should be A, it's not going to be A, it's going to be B. Now, if I were asked to take it one step further and actually solve for this, then I would use these numbers, and yes, I would get negatives, but again, I'm not doing that. I'm just writing out 4 cos theta, which means 4 cos 5 pi over 6. So kind of a strange problem, not a big fan of it, but yeah, that's how you do it. Fun stuff.